So brothers have been asking me to weigh in on the Terrelle Pryor situation. And at first, I did not want to do it. I thought many people covered it, but people quite didn't cover it in the way that I would have. So I wanted to do the video because Terrelle Pryor reminds me of so many of us black men in both good and bad ways. And I will start with the good because Terrelle Pryor, for any of you that have been following his career since college, he went to Ohio State. 6'5" quarterback, tall, pretty good arm, fast. And he also was a two-sport athlete, if I can remember that. He came out of Pittsburgh, and he had this whole life ahead of him. A lot of people thought that he was going to really be like Vince Young, something like that. And the guy could play. He could really play. Went to Ohio State, had a really good career there. And he got drafted to the Oakland Raiders, which at the time was owned by Al Davis. And we all know that the Raiders is pretty much a place where it will ruin your career. Okay. And he played quarterback. Had okay year, but the Raiders switched teams and offensive coordinator so much. They let him go. All right. He was cut. And no other team will let him play quarterback. All right. He was signed in practice squad, but then cut. So he finds himself out of the league for a year or two. And at this position, he did something that a lot of black men do, which was deciding to change positions. Now, this is important. A lot of black men want to do something. We have a passion to do something. But if it doesn't work out, we know that we need to change positions or change careers or change something to keep ourselves afloat. This is no different with Terrelle Pryor. And he had the balls and he had the patience to know that, if I still want to play in the NFL, I'm going to do it this way. And he did it with Cleveland. He had 1 year, he had 77 catches, over 1,000 yards. So he proved that he could play the position with his raw athletic ability and willing to learn. So he got his career back on track. Like many black men have done. You've been someplace high, you've been knocked down, you know how to get back up. Here's the problem with a lot of you black men, and me included. Once we get ourselves together, we have the money. We have gotten our lives in order. When it comes to picking a mate, the adversity that we've overcome in one area doesn't necessarily translate to relationships. That's a whole different ballpark. We know how to overcome adversity on the job, in the business. We know how to switch positions on the football field or maybe switch positions in the career field. But when it comes to picking this female, can I just say it bluntly? We are addicted, some of us, to struggle love. A lot of black men are like that. I have a homeboy who's like that. If you are a woman that is feminine, if you are a woman that is nice, if you're a woman that is caring, thoughtful, he thinks something is wrong with you. I was listening to Solo TV 84 last night. He had a stream going on. Her brother was saying that too. He don't even know how to be around a woman who is pleasant, who is, has some sort of docility or show some favor towards the man. Because Terrelle Pryor is from Pittsburgh. He probably from the hood. And even though he has overcome personal adversity, he's dealing with what he grew up with. So in this area, he elevated, and then he went back to what he was known for dealing with, which is going back and forth with some female that is not really on that level. So then he gets what anybody gets when you're dealing with struggle love. You get your ass whooped or you get stabbed. That's what he got. Now, I believe that he was abusing her. She was abusing him. I believe that, they're going back and forth with each other. But this is what some black men like. Some black men like struggle. Some black men love dysfunction, man. I told you I had a homeboy like that. This nigga loves getting his car put on flats. He loves getting his window, and then he likes to love and complain about it. Man, I can't believe she did it to me. But then he'll be right back over there with her. You see, this is what a lot of brothers like. And you mean to tell me that Terrelle Pryor, 6'5", women chasing him all the time? Brother, you went to Ohio State. You in the NFL. You mean to tell me you can't get nobody different? But here's the situation. You can take the nigga out the hood, but you can't take the hood out the nigga. And no matter where you put him, he gonna find some hood rats. Just like my dad. My mom, we was living on in Compton, and we moved to Watts on 112th Street. My dad was addicted to crack cocaine. And my mom told him, I'm moving back to Sacramento. I'm taking my kids with me. You can come if you want. And she was doing that for him to get his life together, as if Sacramento didn't have crack cocaine. See, she forgot that the Bloods and Crips had what the Sacramento was selling drugs too. So whatever my daddy was doing in Sacramento, in a new environment, nigga, all he did was where to find for where the crack rock was at, where it was at in the Heights. And this is very similar to what I'm talking about, Terrelle Pryor. Your mind can change in one aspect and be the same in another aspect. Nigga, how you elevating your life, improving your life, and struggling at the same damn time? That's what a lot of niggas is doing, man. A lot of niggas are improving and struggling at the same time. And the situation is this, and it comes down to black men all the time. Brother, if you don't think you deserve better, you won't get it. Because just because you improve your life and your finances and your academics, if you give somebody a chance that ain't on your level, they're going to take it. They ain't going to tell you, hey, you know what, you shouldn't really be with me because you doing this and I'm not doing that. I'm going to mess your life up. Some people will say that maybe a 0.1% of the time. But most people ain't going to do that. If you allow somebody that is dusty to be with you, they're going to take it. For example, I'm going to give you an example. Yesterday, there's somebody who modeled for me on Kinganda in the curvy rates. She is dusty, man. I'm talking about dusty as hell. Single mom, dusty, just ashy. Some white dude flew out there from Tinder to meet her. Now, this dude ain't got no kids. But you going all the way to Uganda to wife up somebody with a kid that's dusty and broke, when you can get better than that anywhere in the world. But see, this is what I'm talking about. If you brothers feel that that's all that you can get, your accomplishments ain't gonna matter, man. You improving yourself ain't gonna matter. You going to the gym ain't gonna matter. You getting education not gonna matter. You still dusty up in here. And that's why you gonna get your ass stabbed. That's why you gonna get your windows broken out. That's why you gonna get your house broken in. That's why she gonna show up with 3 other females banging on your door in the middle of the night, and they gonna be there stabbing you into your life. You're gonna be fighting hood rats because that's who you are. That's still who you are. You can get mad at the women for abusing him. You can get mad at whoever else. But until you change your mind And if everything about you don't change, your academia, your private schooling, your improvement in the people you around, and number one, if you don't change this, you're gonna always be dealing with that. And don't be surprised if Terrelle Pryor get out of jail and get out of the hospital and go back to her. And then or go back to somebody similar to her. Because that is what these Negroes do. So anyway, man, hope you guys enjoyed the video. Like, comment, subscribe. All my contact information is on the first comment. Thank you so much. I really appreciate you, brothers. And brothers, be safe out there. Make sure everything about you change. Peace out. And as you know, the buffoonery remains at an all-time high.